Welcome in to Seahawks Today by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. So glad to have you with us. Coming up on today's show, we are talking about the possibility of the Seahawks signing Javon Hargrave as well as a reunion with Shaquill Griffin. We will dissect all of those things and more coming up in just a few moments from right now. Before we do, the 12s, you came through and delivered. We reached a brand new milestone here at the channel of 35,000 subscribers. Certainly excited about that and appreciative of you guys for making that happen, for helping grow this thing and turn it into the behemoth that it is today. And I got to tell you, the off season, what we're about to bring you here on the channel, is going to be through the roof. It's going to be outstanding here, folks. Free agency coming up in just a couple days. We got trades galore on the way. We also have the draft in just a little while from right now. And we're doing our live shows every Wednesday, but if the Seahawks make a big move, we're going to go live and we're going to be on top of that because we're just built different. We want to give you the best Seahawks coverage out there. So if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 36,000 subscribers. Why don't we? Subscribe now. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. YouTube.com/SeahawksTV. So Bleacher Report put out a list of the most realistic dream signings for every team in free agency this offseason. And for the Seahawks, they pointed to Javon Hargrave. And I know what you are thinking. Wait, Javon Hargrave? How are the Seahawks going to be able to afford Javon Hargrave when they already had some limitations on the salary cap as is, and Geno Smith just got paid? Well, we'll get to that. Bear with me here. Let's start out with what Alex Ballantyne from Bleacher Report had to say. Talking about getting leeway to adding a more big-time free agent, Javon Hargrave could elevate an ascending Seahawks defense. Seattle has done well to put together a stable of young pass rushers on the edge. Uchenna Nwosu, Darrell Taylor, and Boye Mafe combined for 23 sacks last season, but it could use a veteran to bring everything together. Hargrave was a big reason why the Eagles had 70 sacks last season. He's one of the best interior pass rushers in the league, and he draws double teams that would allow the Seahawks' young edge players to see more one-on-one blocking. So here's the deal. If you are the Seahawks and you can sign only one defensive player, this would be your guy. And from the way that Ballantyne goes on to write in this article, based on the cap structure and Geno Smith's case of how much is going to actually count against the cap this offseason, comparably speaking to the rest of his deal, it sounds like that between this and paying the rookies and all this, the Seahawks can probably get one big-name defensive player when it comes to free agency. So Javon Hargrave could be that guy potentially for Seattle. Should the Seahawks sign Javon Hargrave? I love the idea personally. What say you? Leave it in the comments section. This is our pinned comment today. You might get an ad break. If so, take advantage of it. Type Y for yes, in for no, if the Seahawks should sign Javon Hargrave or not. The resume on Javon Hargrave, he's coming off what was a fantastic season this year, that historically good Eagles defense that he played a major role in, helping them reach the Super Bowl. He had 11 sacks this past year. The former third-round pick started his career with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but has just thrived in Philadelphia, including a Pro Bowl appearance in 2021. He has been very, very good, to say the least. Javon Hargrave is, in particular, of him really just now reaching his prime with the performance that we've seen from him the last couple of years. The numbers from Hargrave would show you that in the last 4 seasons. You can see that in 3 of the last 4 seasons, he's had 60 tackles or more. But in particular, it's been these last 2 seasons when his game has stepped up with the sack numbers, 7.5 in 2021, 11 in 2022 on that front. Pro Football Focus seems to be big fans of Javon Hargrave as well. His pass rush grade over 90 at a 90.8, run defense at 48.2, tackling grade at 60.7, and a overall defensive grade of 78.2. So he checks off most of the boxes you can see there, but questions on the run defense grade there for Javon Hargrave. Got another player to talk about here in just a minute. We'll talk about Shaq Griffin here in one moment. Before we do, name one defensive player you think the Seahawks should sign Tell me a name that comes to mind in the comments section below who you'd like to see in a Seahawks uniform next year. Seahawks Today is sponsored by Athletic Greens. I take EG1 by Athletic Greens literally every day. Get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted better gut health and wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I take AG1 every morning, and it makes me feel ready to take on my day. I came into this year wanting to get healthier, and starting my year on AG1 has helped me do just that. I take it every morning, and I feel the best I've ever felt. Covering my nutritional bases for the day literally couldn't be any easier, which is why I trust Athletic Greens. I just mix 1 scoop of AG1 with water and drink it first thing each morning. Done. I also like that it costs less than $3 a day. Pretty good if you ask me. It's a really effective daily habit with the highest quality sourced ingredients. Win-win. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Check it out. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Tell them that Tyler Jones and Chat Sports sent you. You'll be glad you did. athleticgreens.com/chatsports. All right, let's shift gears now, and we will be discussing Shaquill Griffin, who is about to hit free agency for the Jacksonville Jags, who ultimately decided to move on from him. And, you know, Shaq Griffin, of course, played in Seattle previously, and now the possibility of him coming back to the Seahawks. Does it make sense for Seattle to go this route? Well, let's listen to what Michael Sean Duggar from The Athletic had to say about this possibility. The Seahawks don't have an urgent need at cornerback, but the best version of Griffin is still arguably better than the best versions of Mike Jackson, an exclusive rights free agent, and 2021 fourth-round pick Trey Brown. In theory, Seattle could reunite Griffin on a prove-it deal similar to the $4 million contract it signed Witherspoon to in 2021 and let him compete. If it works out, Seattle would have a starting caliber corner opposite of Pro Bowler Tariq Woolen. If it doesn't work, Seattle can cut bait without having risked much. Now, I'll say this. I don't think this is a bad idea at all for the Seahawks if they can get Shaquill Griffin and only pay him about $4 million. To me, that sounds pretty nice. I think that is doable. But here's what I would say to take things a step further. Of trying to go on this search of finding this number 2 corner on the outside, whether it be in the draft or free agency, whatever it is. Personally, I would like to see Coby Bryant take that next step and be your outside corner. Shaquill Griffin, very talented player. I think you would be glad to have him as your number 2 corner. But the best solution for the Seahawks is that Coby Bryant catches up to speed of some sorts to Tariq Woolen. Bryant had a good rookie season. It wasn't what Tariq Woolen did of a Pro Bowler and tied for the league lead in interceptions like that. But to me, that's what I'm looking at as far as the solution for the number 2 corner spot goes. Let's see Coby Bryant step up and be ready to take on that call. If not, if he's not ready to be the outside corner, then yeah, you put him at nickel and maybe you get a Shaquill Griffin or you draft somebody, whatever it may be. But to me, that would be the better solution if that works out that way. Should the Seahawks bring Griffin back to Seattle? What say you? Let me know in the comments section. Type S for sign, type P for pass if you'd like to see the Seahawks make this move or not. The resume on Shaquill Griffin, Pro Bowler back in 2019, was drafted by the Seahawks in the 3rd round in 2017. And the Seahawks, of course, got outbid by Jacksonville in the 2021 offseason, where ultimately he went there. But we'll see if they like the possibility of potentially bringing him back to the Seahawks for another go-round. Remember last offseason, we talked a lot about guys making their second return, their second and third stint with the team. So this is not something the Seahawks are unfamiliar with, of bringing guys back around for another go-round. The statistics from Shaquill Griffin over the last few seasons, you can see it's been a minute since he had an interception. You have to go back to 2020 when he had 3 picks that year. 2021, he had no picks, but he was able to put together 49 tackles. 2022, no picks, but had 29 tackles this past year. His numbers, according to PFF, Coverage grade near 62. Same with his overall defensive grade. Run defense grade 57.1 and a tackling grade of 56.1 for Shaquill Griffin there. So, with free agency starting on Monday, we're going to cover it all here on Seahawks Today by Chat Sports. How many players will the Seahawks sign in free agency? We know they're going to sign some guys, but I'm not exactly sure how many and who they'll get. Let me know in the comments section. How many players will the Seahawks sign in free agency? Tell me what that magic number is in the comment section below. As always, you can act with me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Tyler Jones Live, talking about your Seahawks there. I'll see you next time right here on Seahawks Today.